She ain't pretty, but she'll do. Last minute hunting trip, so threw in a floor, threw in some seats, riveted everything together. It's good. Hitched a ride on the good ships, the Whale Bird, captained by Danny Christensen, aka Blackfly. Super awesome dude from Una River hooked us up with some Hecate Strait Dungeness crab. Lots of good stories. Overall, just a fantastic trip to the cabin. First tour in the cabin after a few months. Absolutely loving it. The cabin's kind of sloped a little bit, I think, and so I'm gonna have to do some more piling work after the winter. But absolutely lovely. Everything's just as we left it. Time to get some heat in here, and sun will be down in a couple hours, get all of our food, everything situated, and be ready for hunting tomorrow. Absolutely lovely trip. Lovely, lovely, lovely. First dinner at the cabin. Some parmesan, some mushrooms, some crab, some brats, some champagne.
And the cutest date ever.
Hey, Uncle Brian. Just gearing up for a deer hunt in the morning. Got my trusty mullet going. Means we're gonna have a successful hunt. And over here we've got Brian getting ready. Just cleaned my rifle. 7mm there. Spraying for deer. 140 grains, so size down a little bit. And 222, very small bullet, open sights. That's what I'll be using. And safety first. So this year, got my new reach and sweet handmade blacktail call, Steve Leland carved this with a yellow cedar. Imitates the call of a fawn in distress, and the does will come around into that, and then the bucks will follow. The dudes always follow the ladies. Giddy up.
That gull I was just pointing at.
Yeah?
That's not, you don't see that every day.
Unless you live in Rupert, then you see him every day. Fantastic first night at the hunting cabin. The dogs are already tuckered out. Dave's pretty chill. Oh, hey Dave. Lola's all curled up. And this video is from my cousin Monty, because he wanted to see all this kind of cool stuff. My hunting buddy Brian came up from Vancouver right there. Special shout out to Benjels, Boyce, and the Hagans, and all my cousins. Got a new propane cooker there. We got some crab pasta, delicious. Got the gen set going, packer in there. All of our guns are actually down here. We've got a 22, we've got a 12 gauge shotgun, we've got a 7mm, and a 222. Ducks, geese, and deer, my boy. Oh, there's our wolf, Bosley. Upstairs. I'll do a tour outside tomorrow. Sweet. First day, maybe we'll get a deer tomorrow. What do you think, Brian? 1 or 2? Dos. Let's go. We anchor the skiff with the Anchor Buddy, which is just a 4,500 pound tensile strength, pretty much elastic rope attached to an anchor, so that way we can motor into shore, tie off the stern line, and then pull ourselves in. The boat just swings back out to deep waters but doesn't get beached. And here Brian's just pulling in the anchor in. We're going to take off for the morning. It's going to be a good day. And all that line just right in the bottom of the boat's good. If you've ever been blacktail hunting, you know that you really gotta just take your time and keep looking, because you never know when there's gonna be a set of ears looking back at you. They can be 30 yards from you and you still won't see them. You'll just see a little bit poking out. So always keep your eyes up where you're going and enjoy the walking you're doing. As for gear, we actually went pretty light this time. You can see I've got some electrical tape with my rifle tip. It's just sometimes the walking is pretty treacherous, so if you fall over or tip in some mud or something, you don't want it to mess up your shot. We've had incredibly good weather this trip, which is very unusual for blacktail hunting when you're getting in October and November up in the area that we hunt. Very, very light, just some merino wool base layer. And I've got my standee in my bag, but it's just too warm to actually wear it. Usually it's pouring rain, some sleet, a little bit of snow. So this weather was just absolutely fantastic. Day one, bumped 2 nice does, left them there. So a little bit of action, didn't see any bucks today. Head back to the island now, just slowly cruising out, a little bit of chop, we just don't want to get wet. Whew. So hope we're up in a little bit. Good day. Beautiful sight. Skiff sit in the water nicely. All right then, day 2. Just pulling the anchor, leaving a little bit earlier today. We're gonna go a little bit farther down Kelp Pass and yeah, try our luck today. So we're leaving in good time, plenty of tide, so we'll see what happens. Beautiful day. The morning ride out was absolutely incredible. Just the sun peeking up over the mountains was just absolutely beautiful. Very, very cold morning out in the water. Our hands got chapped, our faces all got chapped. It was just above freezing. Quite a few little muskeg ponds had frozen over, but just so much fun. Going out with that kind of light water was pretty good. The new yammy was just performing flawlessly, and we're looking forward to getting out to where we go hunting for the day and off another day of fun. It's a good feeling to come back to the boat still in water when it's low water. Great day. 8 does, 2 bucks. Fantastic. Some absolutely beautiful North Coast scenery here. A lot of the places that we're able to hunt are just absolutely gorgeous. Such a privilege to be walking in these kind of areas and to do the kind of hunting that we do, and yeah, very glad I can share them with friends and family. So So looking forward to next year already. So that happened quick. Just saw this little buck, and first morning of frost, and the rut's happening. He started rubbing his horns on that tree, little alder right there. And I saw him just at the corner there, so maybe 60 yards, 70 yards, and just had time for a quick standing shot. I brought him down, one shot. So yeah, really happy. We're gonna get to work, hang him up, and I think go on for the next one. Very good day today. Nice one. Brian's back at it again. Nice little buck.
Thomas, the mighty hunter. Get the landscape, says Thomas. Hunting's one thing. Looking good as a hunter is more important. And this is good-looking land. He says to do something about my looks, but I'm trying to help him with his. Because Lord knows, Thomas needs all the help he can get.
So a little bit of a situationship. The tide is actually pretty low today. We're at low tide right now. Well, the tide will be coming back in shortly. And our boat was high and dry on the rocks, which is not good for thin gauge aluminum, but thankfully all free and clear. The stiffener has a hole bashed in it, but the hull is actually good, so we're just getting up on logs just to avoid some of these bigger rocks here. We moved that log or rock. These ones we can't move, so we had some big logs, throw them under there and roll them into the water. It's just, even with this chop, I don't want to have the boat bashing against it. So back to work, Brian. See you later. We're going home. Let's go. We're just gonna stop and throw a crab trap in on the way back. We're actually gonna use the skull and all the meat in the skull as bait, because we didn't bring any crab bait. So that'll be going in the crab pot and see if we get a few crabs out of it. Let's close her back up there, bud.
We close the trap, and then with the head in the trap.
There you go.
Oh, so now, so what you do for people? Some people haven't done this before, eh? Some of us done a lot. So what you do is you squeeze this real good, real good.
And what is that?
It's a hand strength tester. And maybe you've been out in the woods all day and you don't have the strength. So then you really hope no one's videotaping.
Dave, we're not going anywhere. We'll be right back. So the next day we ended up taking a rest day and heading down to go visit my buddy Leo Rutherford at Heckett Marine. There's a sort of two-purpose trip. We needed to get some water. We ran out of water, so we needed to fill up, and we wanted to stop by and check the progress of our new boat. So the wife and I are getting a 25-foot aluminum weld pilot house put together, and Leo's welding everything together. So we stopped by a shop to sort of check out the progress. and she's looking fantastic. 1/4 inch aluminum. It's going to have an 8-foot pilot house on it to keep us out of the weather. Very nice entry point for the water. It's got a fairly deep V, so it should be taking the waves, and the crossing that we do fairly well. The north coast tends to really be pretty tough on boats, so this is going to be a really good little water taxi to get us to the island and back to town. Putting up really slow because it's not quite low tide, but we're not very deep. 1.5 feet, 2 feet. Had to pull out for a little bit, but gonna be a nice trip home. And Brian, what kind of birds are those?
Black brimstone.
Right on. See the seal?
I did see it, yeah.
Little baby seal. Got a couple crab there in the pot. Got a few more we're gonna save for tomorrow. Just put them back in the pot, keep them alive. Throw it out and see if we get any more on the way back home tomorrow. So, Gearhead still has some cleaning to get done on her. Hey, Brian? Well, packed a lot into this trip. Got a buck, got a few crab there, and next morning we have a little bit of saw work to do. There's some trees close to the cabin that need to come down, so Brian's following them and gonna buck them up, and that's gonna be firewood. And Blackfly's on the way to come pick us up. A lot of packing for a short trip, but absolutely fantastic time. And
she's
coming
great.
to a close, and wait till next year.
Wedge her over.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this one I'll just try to wedge it.
Okay.
It might be a little bit long on to this first.
Oh, and fall the spruce too.
But I just want to leave some good holding wood on this sucker. No surprises, you know?
Just like Radiohead said, man, no surprises.
Yeah, just doing some packing up. Following some trees. Hell yeah. Yeah, that is a wrap. We are headed back to the Good Ship's Whalebird for our tow back into town. There she is, just across the harbor. The last of our stuff. Time to boogie home. See you later, Kevin. Ew! Good day. There she is, our ride home. One last little jaunt in the skiff. And then that's all she wrote, folks. Wrap another hunting trip. Big thanks to my buddy Brian for coming up to join me again on this hunting trip. It's now a couple years hunting together and looking forward to a few more. And of course, big thanks to Blackfly for taking us out in his boat and making sure that we're able to get across to where we go hunting into the island safely. It can be a very treacherous crossing this kind of year, and I'm not just talking about Brian's company and cinnamon buns, but lots of fun, already planning for next year, and yeah, have fun. Well, so long. Back home and having to pack up all of our gear. That was it. Come back to those cinnamon buns.